Listen, Raylene, if you're going to do porn music,
you might as well do it on National Bathtub Party Day. Like, what the hell is a National Bathtub Party?
I want to thank you for the invitation to your bathtub party tonight, Raylene, but unfortunately I'm not going to make it. But how many?
Yeah, well, neither am I.
How many people do you have RSVPing?
Oh my gosh! Well, we won't go there.
Well, I'm sure that there's folks that are kind of wondering what the hell we're talking about. It's National Bathtub Party Day today, December 5th. On the national calendar, whatever the hell that means.
It sounds a little frightening to me.
Yeah,
if
it
you
does.
Want me to be perfectly honest.
Well, there's only so many people you can fit in the bathtub. Oh wait, here's Chuck. Chuck's RSVPing, so he'll be there. That's good. That's great. Let's see. International Ninja Day today. World Trick Shot Day. National Repeal Day. Who's making this shit up, Ray?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I got stuck on the bathtub day.
I know you had fun with that.
I was just like, okay. Yeah.
Jeez, man. I don't know.
Good Lord.
Welcome to a Tuesday. It is 25 degrees. We're live on Fly on the Wall Productions, the Aired Out podcast coming to you on Facebook and YouTube and streamed everywhere you get your podcasts and on the web at airedoutvt.com. Man, I'll tell you, you get down into some of the lower elevations and it's not so pretty. But up in the hills, oh my God, it is beautiful. It is just gorgeous. It is, just winter wonderland there. Have you seen the top of the Orange Heights?
I have not, but I've been wanting to take the drive. So there's this one drive that Tim and I used to always do.
Yeah.
That was up over Stainerd Mountain.
Okay.
So, and then
Isn't
you
that
can go.
Northfield?
No. It's up north towards, you have to go towards Greensboro, out that way, and you, to Stainerd.
Yeah.
And you go up over the mountain and back down into Lindenville on the other side. And then you can go to the Miss Lindenville Diner.
Yeah.
And have deep fried French toast.
Never had that.
Then you're very much missing out.
That sounds like an accident in my pants. And I'm not talking about the back
amazing.
It's amazing. It sounds amazing. God.
Nothing like deep fried French toast.
Is this tradition going to happen?
Well, I don't know if that'll happen or not, but it is one of my favorite rides. And after a crystal-like snow where it's the rain and the ice and the and ice on all the branches and stuff, it's unreal, absolutely beautiful. And there's a church way up at the top of the mountain that sits out in a field. I've posted many pictures of it. It's, I don't know, it's super cool.
Do you stop and grab that picture?
Church. Yeah, usually I always take a picture.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Man, a lot has happened and just running around in Christmas related stuff since I saw you last. But Joe Edson is already coming out of the shoot this morning saying 4 quarters last night was awesome.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Those girls, man, they just kick ass. What can we say? They just kick ass.
Yeah, and I was trying so hard. I was not, I was busy yesterday. I had a meeting at 5, a meeting at 6, race home, get ready for Barry Beat. Then Michael and I were doing the decorating of the Jeep, this, that, and the other. So much stuff going on. So I get home and I said, oh, look at the cute little props they brought. They brought the little Cracker Jack guys with them. They're not Cracker Jacks.
Amazing.
They're freaking nutcrackers.
Yeah.
The nutcrackers.
The nutcrackers.
Did you see them?
I have not
I'll
yet.
show them to you because they're here.
I haven't yet, but
super cute.
Yeah. They're just amazing. And speaking of sports, we're going to check in with Logan Luce here in just a little bit and give us a recap of last night's thrilling Cincinnati win. Game that was tied up in overtime, and it was just amazing win last night. But yeah, we're 25 degrees. Roger Hill is saying overcast skies for the most part today. Highs around 30. Looks like tonight 18 degrees. We've got some real cold weather coming too.
We do. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just the thought of what they're saying, single digits tonight. Quite possible.
Wednesday, tomorrow, 27, partly cloudy. Kind of a boring forecast here, and just be honest with you. Thursday, 29, some clouds. But yeah, what's the nighttime low there? What is it supposed to be? Is it Wednesday night? Yeah, Wednesday night, 9 degrees.
Yeah, I don't like that word at all.
And then we go from 9 degrees on Wednesday night to 29 on Thursday, and then 40 on Friday, Saturday 46, Sunday 50.
Yeah.
Is this global warming? What the hell's going on here? What's up?
Oh, I don't know what the hell it is, but I don't like it. No matter what. Did you see the picture of Oliver yesterday?
I did, under the blankets.
Yes, and literally, he was giving me a dirty look. You can't deny.
Yeah,
he was giving me a dirty look.
Not into going outside.
No, he was very much like, it's not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Did they pretty much stay under the covers all day yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
If they weren't under the covers, they were curled up with their grandfather.
Oh my God.
In the recliner.
Birthdays today. Laura Crescenti is on the list. Bethany Bell, Brandon King,
and Bethany Bell, rest in peace.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. That should have flagged me, but I've forgot. Sean Marinville, 51, and I think, is that it? No. Penny Kiefer is 61 today. Shannon Boussier is on the birthday list, and Ellen Matheson. And if she were with us today, it would be Roseanne Sayers' birthday.
Yes.
Who we miss horribly.
Yes, I do. Terrible.
Great lady. Yeah.
One of my most favorite people in the world, I think. She always, no matter what, had a smile on her face and was willing to try. And she never had it easy. She just never did. And
No.
It didn't. But that didn't matter. You would have never
known it. Yeah. Always had a smile on her face.
A hug and a good word. And boy, was she a fighter for cancer research and major fundraiser for all of that.
And we have an absolutely jammed community calendar, which we're going to get into this morning, but I want to give a shout out to a couple of sponsors before we get started here. And we got some national headlines, some state headlines we're going to get into too, but Giroux General Transport, January 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So we are approaching 1 month.
Right, exactly.
So
get on it.
Yeah, you as you post, Raylene, you post the words career change. This is...
Yeah, I think that has to be a part of it.
It
People
does.
Have to acknowledge the fact that they can advance where they are. It doesn't have to be necessarily a new career, although that's a great thing. That would be great too. Maybe you're going into something new. Maybe you're advancing where you are.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just getting into the workforce now. Maybe you're younger and just getting into things. And it's a huge opportunity, and you really should. And I think I say even for Christmas, for somebody to give the life of a future, like
Sure.
a parent to say to their child, I know you've been thinking about this, so here you go.
Right,
Or,
right.
Even if it's not the whole thing, but some of it, reach out to Tracy, find out what's available for funding, and then figure out the rest that way. And I think what an amazing gift that would be to say, I here at for this Christmas, I'm going to invest in your future.
Right.
802-279-3325 will get you Tracy and all the info you need to sign up for
Everything.
that January 15th class.
And look at if you're, like we say, if you're in a career or a job that is you're just kind of coasting along and it's not really bringing you any kind of enrichment to your life, and you want to do something different, you want to change up your hours, you want to increase your pay, you want to have more flexibility, you want to have more control of your life. 2024
Maybe you decided you want to travel.
Yeah, right.
Here you go. Get
You wanna
paid
feel
to
it.
do so.
2024 is right in front of you. You got a brand new year, so get in touch with Giroux. So much happening. Before we jump into the headlines, I want to just give a quick shout out last night to a local business. I was in Barrie last night, and my wallet fell out of my coat pocket. I don't know where I lost it, but it fell out of my pocket, and I didn't even know that had happened. And someone found it and brought it to the Posh Salon, and they reached out to me last night and said, hey, we have your wallet, which is kind of, it's kind of a weird feeling that you don't even realize you've lost your wallet.
Right.
And number one, and someone reaches out and they've got, number two, the fact that
somebody brought it in,
that someone found it, and there's some good people out there.
Yes. So thanks to the salon, and thanks to whoever brought it in.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that more than because if I were to lose my wallet, especially this time of year, I just don't have time. I don't have time to screw around with
the license, the
all
cards,
of it.
the everything.
All of it. Just appreciate Posh Salon and whoever found it for getting it to me. So anyway, I guess they may have brought it to the police department. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever.
Oh, so you still don't have it?
I still don't have it.
Oh, you got to get in touch and figure out where it is and all that good stuff.
Man, just glancing through the page this morning, there's just there is no shortage of news. National headlines. We have a teenager in Vegas found with explosive materials, a terror attack that was squashed before it happened. We have that story up there. We have, of course, the GOP primary debate, which is coming up tomorrow night. We have 4 Republican presidential nominees that are going to be up there duking it out. Raylene's favorite among them, Chris Christie, big fan. You've got
which is the biggest lie ever, just so you know.
What are you talking about? You got all the magnets
that
all
guy
over your
is
car.
certifiable.
He is
Capital C.
Isn't he though?
Joe Biden.
Oh, the finger's out.
Joe Biden has straight up dementia. The man needs to go into a nursing home. Chris Christie, he can go right into the psych ward.
You got 2 bells right there, Raylene.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and that's just
you're
my
just
opinion,
nailing it.
which I'm allowed to have, and that
no,
is
you're
my
not.
opinion.
Listen. I have told I agree with your opinion as long as your opinion is what my opinion is.
Yeah, well,
Isn't that how it's done?
for some, yes, but no.
Are you going to be popping popcorn and sitting and watching the debate tomorrow?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. Which is a good time to say no. I'm going to be prepping for I'm having some same day surgery tomorrow. I'm having some surgery. I will be out the remainder of the week, hopefully just the remainder of the week, and I'll be back on Monday, hopefully, if all goes well. And so I'm going to be preparing myself for that, which may mean I don't know, like some medicinal aids to help me relax and not be as frantic and worried as I am. So Al will be fine. It's nothing horrible. It's just I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so I'll be out a few days, and you all are gonna have to deal with this asshat without me. And God help you.
I'll
talk to you on the phone, maybe.
Yeah. I love when you say medicinal aids. And when you say medicinal aids, Chuck goes, "What? Who said medicinal aids?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, here's the thing. Lots of people will be thinking of you and throwing some well wishes out there and hoping that you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I will be.
And
I'm a tough old bitch.
I mean, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Slightly, and I say ever so slightly tougher than me.
Well, that's not very tough.
We have 5 crew members found inside that wreckage of that crash in Japan. We posted that up if you want to read about it. Let's see, what else we have? 23andMe saying that they've been hacked. 6.9 million users. Their information is out there in the universe somewhere, which is so scary. All those people that have done all the DNA tracking and ancestry research. It's crazy stuff, man. Let's see. We have who's going to be Time Magazine's Person of the Year for 2023. Raylene is really pulling for Taylor Swift.
Well,
huge fan. Let's see, what else do we have? For national news, that's pretty much it. State news, the propane tanker crash in fire.
Unreal. The evacuation within a mile radius. Because
it was like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
yesterday.
They had to let it burn off for a full 24 hours before people could return. They still have no idea, of course, how much pollutants went into the river. The driver was able to get out and get to safety, was transported to the hospital, they say, just as a precaution. But absolutely incredible. In the interview that I saw this morning, the young woman said it literally shook her home.
That's crazy stuff, man. Can you imagine somebody, knocking on your door at 8 o'clock in the morning saying, you got to get the hell out of here?
Yeah, no.
Up in Irisburg? Nothing really happens up there,
Well,
That's
not
just
really.
kind of a quiet area. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe that. So we had that posted up from yesterday morning.
In more state news, I believe this morning, the police are investigating a shooting in East Calais. Just before midnight last night, they were called to a home in East Calais about a man who had been shot. They say, like they always say, they believe it's an isolated incident and that the public is not at risk. But, I'm sick of hearing that.
That the public is not at risk?
Right.
Come on.
obviously we are, because this continues to happen. And we never know which person in the public is next.
Right.
But, and then the gun and cocaine found on the playground at the Heinsberg school. The
What
principal there did not want them to search the grounds because they did not want to scare the kindergartners that were out at play. But there's a loaded freaking gun on the playground and cocaine. So a lot going on around that. I'm sure that we are going to hear a lot more about that, as we should.
Yeah.
And then Governor Scott takes a huge stance against this forecasted property tax.
Yeah.
Hike. He's like saying,
Right.
No, not happening. I don't know how he's going to make it not happen. I pray that he can, because it's just freaking scary.
Very, very.
I don't know how people are surviving. I don't know how a family can buy groceries, pay for daycare, pay for gas to get to work, and all their bills. I just don't.
I know.
I don't know. You should announce that ticket cancellation for Vermont Lottery. You just went by it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, let's do it. Because I saw that
right there,
right here. Yeah. So what's the deal with this?
The holiday ticket giveaway has been canceled with the Vermont Lottery, and due to, you guessed it, scammers. Just way too many scammers stepping in the comments, and weaseling their way into and putting Vermonters at risk. And so they decided to cancel it altogether and just back out. And we see it all the time. I see it while Four Quarters is live.
Yep.
I'm deleting comments.
Yep.
We see it during Donnybrook fight promotions.
Yep.
And just recently, the Veterans Calcutta that's going to happen this weekend at Gustos. There was friggin' scammers yesterday trying to sell tickets that they had, and come on.
Wow. Yeah, I know.
It's everywhere.
It is everywhere.
And I certainly appreciate the fact that they recognize that it would maybe put too many people in an unsafe situation.
Yeah.
So they decided to just say, no, we're not going to do it.
Yeah. You posted up that Jerry O'Neill passed away at 77 years old.
Yes.
Well known Vermont Attorney General. Attorney.
Known. I've actually have listened to him speak, or I had listened to him speak at the Vermont Law School a few times. I told you I had a really good relationship with Professor Hannah, who was also at the law school, and she also passed a few years back. And the two of them, I'm very grateful to have had them in my life at the time they came into my life.
And Jerry was one of them?
Jerry was one of them. Wow. Yes, I truly was blessed to be able to know them both and to be guided by them. And I represented myself in a pretty tumultuous divorce case, and I was in prison at the time. We know that most people, when they're away, lose the parental rights to their kids. And I never had that happen. I was able to maintain my parental rights the whole way through. And the day I walked out, I had the same as I've always had. And it was thanks to the guidance of those two professionals that were willing to guide me through and help me. And I'm forever grateful.
Boy, what a nice tribute to him, Raylene. It's wonderful to hear that. Man, this guy had a huge impact on many. Mm-hmm. 70, what was he, 77?
77.
And
he had cancer.
Passed away from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And CAX has the story. We've got it on our page if you want to read about it and see it. But yeah, wow. The power outages. I don't know what the number is now. it's kind of changing all over the place. But at one point it was like 15,000 and then whatever. But And Sherilyn made a great point last night. She's like, there's people that are still out since the first storm last Monday.
Yeah. There were a few peppered in there from the previous storm. Hopefully, but I've read many articles, including one. I believe one of them was Roger Hill, and everything I've read have said that the trees are already so stressed from the gross amount of rain that we got over the summer that they would not be able to handle much more stress throughout the winter. So right. the fallen trees that are literally the entire tree is coming out, root and all, tipping over and taking other things out with it, trees, power lines, and everything. They just can't take it. They can't take much more.
Yeah, I see. I mean, it's beautiful, but at the same breath, not so beautiful when they snap and land in front of you.
And it's very dangerous. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Can land on your house. But yeah. State news. Can we talk about one more thing before you make your phone call?
Yeah, we're gonna call Logan Luce here in a second and recap Monday Night Football.
This is very local, but the Times-Argus has a really good article today. Audit finds no red ink in the Barrie District, and they're talking about the school system and the huge seven-figure.
That's a big surplus
that they have. Do not ask for more money this year. Come elections and come time to. No, are you kidding me? They did last year. They got it, and they got it with a surplus. And I hope they're not asking again this year because people don't have it. They don't freaking have it. And if you're already talking on the state level, what the increases are. Said to be.
Right.
Go to hell. I mean, come on. You need to start working within your means and figuring it out just like the rest of us have to do.
You and Booten get into this last night on
No,
Barrie
we
B?
didn't. I didn't see the article until this morning, or we probably would have because it really pisses me off. And maybe he has a different opinion. I don't know. But I know that they need to start using the money they have and stop sitting on it because the people don't have any more money in their pockets.
I wonder when Michael's going to take to
and huge wage increases. I learned about that at the Republican breakfast this past Saturday. The increases in salary, and not just teacher salary. We're talking administration. The way they're spending the money is just asinine, and they better figure it out.
Absolutely.
I'm not voting for any increase. I'll tell you that right now.
The whole story is in the Times-Argus, but the link to it is on our page. You just scroll down a little bit, you'll see it right there. Also, the arrest warrant issued for the Brattleboro guy accused of stealing that flatbed truck in Berlin. That's on there as well. You posted the story about Heidi's Haven in the spotlight in, what is it, Williamstown? Boy, is that got a lot of people pretty hot. Holy shit. Woo. Man, oh man.
You don't piss off those folks over in Williamstown.
Well, I mean, based on, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, and especially the what was it, CAX that threw a camera at Sheila McGregor? I don't know, man. I'm throwing lots of red flags. She seemed like, people just lie. She's
I agree.
Something going on over there, man. And the state really needs to, come on. Wickedly.
They need to change their laws because
Yes.
she's in compliance with state laws, but the state laws suck.
Thank you.
When it comes to protections of animals.
You just said that so beautifully. Perfectly.
Well, they do. They're old. They're outdated. They're not even remotely okay. And they need to be looked at for sure.
Vermont really needs to pull the head out of the ass when it comes to that stuff. Big time.
Michaela Bernier is asking if a fuel truck that rolled on the interstate this morning and exploded, and I guess it was a fatal. I had not heard that prior to going live, so we'll have to look into that and get it out there.
91 or 89, we'll find out. Yeah, wow. Wonder what's going on there.
I don't know.
Let's dial in Logan here this morning.
All right. While you're getting Logan on the phone, I would like to ask people to tune in on Wednesday night to the Uncommon Deeds podcast.
Yep.
And they're having a tribute to Ken Squire on there tomorrow night. And they do a great job on that podcast. I've listened to it a few times. It's really
very good job.
They have some guests, including my old favorite race car driver, Robbie Crouch.
Yep.
Back in the day, he was like, that's who we girls thought was amazing.
Yep.
But check that out. The Uncommon Deeds podcast, Wednesday night, December 6th. And that tribute, it should be an interesting one. And his daughter Ashley will be there with them as well.
Yes, and man, she's incredible, incredible. Let's see if we can connect in with Logan Luce this morning. Good morning, pal. Are you there?
Good morning, JD. Hello.
Hey, man. Obviously, we're going to talk Monday Night Football last night, but I don't know if you're following this Jackson Churio story, who just got this extension, $82 million. Major League Baseball's number 7 prospect. Have you seen this story on CBS Sports?
I have not.
I'll send it to you this morning.
All right, that sounds good.
Man,
I'll take a look.
It's like, I read this a little bit last night, and I'm like, man, it's like these. I'm trying to figure out a way to say this, but these younger players, these young people who are scoring these massive multi-million-dollar deals for such a short period of time, and before they're too old to be playing. Or playing well. And I don't care if it's what sport it is, football, baseball, whatever. And then, all of a sudden they're in their late 30s and they're not playing so well anymore. And they've just scored this huge. I mean, look at the great players from, the 30s and 40s, that weren't scoring these massive deals. They were more incentivized by playing for the love of the game than the multi-million-dollar deals. I don't know, Logan. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah. Well, so it's because as time has progressed, every sport has slowly gotten more money. Back in like the 70s and 80s, basketball was like, it made money, but it didn't make that kind of money. I think it's just now basketball as time has progressed, basketball has gotten more money as the sport itself grows, like, viewership, internet, watching online, watching on your phone, watching on these devices. It's like, all these sports companies make profit off those things.
Right.
And so they not only do they use that profit to benefit their actual teams, but they use that profit obviously to give contracts to young players and older players and just players in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. The contracts these days are a lot, bigger. You're able to get your hands on like a lot more money for a little time in comparison to before. And yeah, no, definitely times have changed in that sense. and that, as I said, time progresses, we get more money, more viewership, and so young people get opportunities for good money for kind of little work, because if you look at like a lot of bench players and a lot of like side players, they make a lot of money just being the second or third string. So it's like it really depends on obviously the harder you work, the more talent you show, obviously the bigger paycheck, but you can still make a lot of money just being on the bench too.
Yeah. Well, good point. Yeah, good point. I have a lot to learn about this kind of stuff, obviously. Everbank Stadium last night was just on fire. It was just, the energy in there was off the rails. Joe Burrow probably was sitting there with his earplugs in. What a game last night between the Bengals and the Jaguars. In overtime, 34-31. Cincy runs away with it. What's your take on last night?
Are you referring to baseball or football?
I'm talking about football.
Oh, Bengals and Jaguars.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were still talking about baseball, but but no. Last night's game was a really interesting game because for a little bit there, Cincinnati was, in the lead, and then Jacksonville took the lead around the third quarter because they scored 14 in the third quarter, making it 28-21, and then the Bengals came back to tie it in overtime, and then the Bengals were able to get that field goal to win them the game, making them 6-6, dropping the Jags to 8-4. And I gotta say, also a standout that I'm looking at here is actually the backup quarterback for the Bengals, Jake Browning. Jake Browning had 354 yards with one touchdown, 32 for 37. So only 5 incompletions. Not a lot of touchdowns, but that's a lot of yards for a backup quarterback. And he won them the game, so that's very impressive.
And Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, well, he's on the Bills.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, hello. Who am I thinking of?
I'm assuming you're thinking of Joe Burrow. But
Thank you.
Joe Burrow is out with a wrist injury, I believe.
Yep.
So no, he won't be back I don't think he'll be back until at least like week 12. Nah. I think he's supposed to be out for a few weeks. He should be back for the playoffs. Of course they make the playoffs, but but they look, it's 6-6 is still a really good spot to be in. Midway of the season. It's not a horrible start, but it's a solid start.
I hear Shep talking about Josh Allen all the time and Joe Burrow, but Trevor Lawrence last night.
Oh yeah, no. Well, Trevor, I gotta say, Trevor Lawrence, this is his second year in the league, and I gotta say, he is by far probably the most impressive quarterback I've seen in a minute. I mean, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are very impressive, but like, come on, like the Jaguars haven't been relevant for 20 years, like 20 years or so, or like however long really, and he comes, out. His rookie season, they have a solid season, and then now here he is carrying them to an 8-4 start. I think that's very impressive, and I think someone was telling me, which I agree, is like he'll just get better and better as time goes, and before you know it, he'll probably be on the same level as like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and guys like that. I think he could be on that level. He looks like he can definitely be on that level.
Well, he's getting his MRI today on that ankle sprain.
Oh yeah, no. I saw about his injury, and that was not very good for him. But hopefully, hopefully he comes back. But it is a big, deal, especially on your ankle.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know. Though. Like I said, I still stand behind it. I think he's a really good quarterback, and I'm hoping to see, a lot more stuff for him for sure.
What's coming up Thursday night for football?
Thursday night, we got the Patriots and Steelers. That'll be a good game. I'm excited to see how that turns out at 8:15 on Thursday. It will be at Steelers Stadium, so Steelers have home field advantage. And it'll really come down to it between, I don't know, like it'll really come down to, who has the better, defense, because last week, Steelers didn't have a great time. They lost to the Cardinals 24-7, 24-10.
Yeah,
Not a great start for them.
I know so
But
many Steelers fans that are just like,
they,
why even bother turning the TV on Thursday night? It's going to be just ridiculous. The Pats are going to have their asses handed to them. You know.
well, my thing I have to ask too is like, for the Steelers is that like, they just fired Matt Canada thinking Matt Canada was their problem, but like I said, is like they just lost to originally the 2-10 Cardinals.
Now,
So
hang
it's
on.
not a
Let me test my memory here. Matt
just a memory.
Matt Canada, offensive coordinator.
Yeah, was offensive coordinator, but obviously a lot of Steelers fans did not like him, and so there was a lot of social media going around being like, "Fire Matt Canada," and before you know it, they actually finally did after some time because, um, the Steelers are doing fine. They're 7-5, but a lot of people were saying is like their offense, will probably do better without Matt Canada.
Yeah.
But obviously new offensive coach, so we'll see how it goes as time moves along. But firing Matt Canada, thinking oh, your problems are resolved, and then losing to losing to the Cardinals, it doesn't is like, okay, maybe we need to backtrack, and maybe there's something more to it than just Matt Canada.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I could be wrong. It could be just a bad game, which obviously every team has a bad game. I understand, but at the same time, it's like was Matt Canada really the problem, or was it something more?
Yeah. Listen, man, we love chatting with you. I've learned so much from you already, Logan, and
Thank you.
we'll check in with you again Thursday morning or Friday morning. I can't remember, Raylene.
I think Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. Thursday morning.
Usually.
We'll set up Thursday night well with Logan. Thanks, pal. We appreciate you, man.
Have a great week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a great week. Thank you again.
Straight up good dude right there.
Yes, he is.
What do we have, Raylene? Anything? You got anything? This rollover, we're told.
I have not been able to find any news links for it yet, but
Okay.
I will look as soon as we are done. It'll make it easier when we're not live because I can't post it when we're live anyway.
We have Shirley saying it was near Coventry, an accident with a truck. So not sure if that's the same one that we're talking about. But Michaela's saying fuel truck this morning on the interstate rolling over and exploded, and it was fatal. So
so much.
have we checked the 911 page? You probably already have.
I have.
Yeah. Nothing on there
I would
yet.
get all kinds of alerts from that, I'm sure, because when accidents happen, people tend to post pictures right away and sometimes identifiable information.
Yeah.
And that's not allowed. And then I have to remove it. And sometimes I have to, get pissy at people and threaten to kick them out because it's their 10th infraction.
And Joe, that propane truck, that was yesterday morning. That's a different one. We were talking about that one earlier this morning. So, please, folks, drive carefully out there. My God. I mean, geez, there's, this is, it's never a good time to crash, but, the holidays are right in front of us.
Did you know the Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce, one of our presenting sponsors, has a holiday mixer coming up?
I do.
It's going to be right there at the chamber, 33 Stewart Road, right in Berlin. And there's going to be, it's free for members and only $10 for non-members. And it just gives you a chance to come and mingle with people in the business community and maybe chat with people about what's going on in your business or chat with somebody because you want to start a business here locally. And if you're not a member of the chamber, we urge you strongly to do so because they are a great support. And this is the time where, and what a perfect time of year to go up and hang out and
Have a drink.
Have a drink and some refreshments. There's going to be door prizes, 50-50 raffle to benefit the Rock City Chorus Group. It's going to be a great time. So,
and man, are they good or what?
Yes, they are.
Actually, they're not good. They're great.
So, that's coming right up on Thursday, December 14th at 5 p.m. And again, that'll be right at the Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce in Berlin at 33 Stewart Road. And it's not, which is not the chamber that is on the Granger Road. I always get asked that.
Yeah, that's the Vermont Chamber.
Right. We want the Central Vermont, which is Stewart Road, which is, if you're coming, you go by the hospital down, is that Fisher Road? Yeah, down Fisher Road, and then straight across instead of taking the right down into Montpelier.
Billadu Place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're going to dive headfirst into the community calendar here, brought to you by the World newspaper. Before we do, though, 12 days of giveaways. Donnybrook Fight Promotions is doing this. Get on DonnyBrookFightPromotions.com. Get ready for the big fights coming up in January at the Battle in Barrie 12.
Mm-hmm.
At the Barrie Auditorium is going to be massive this January. I can actually now say next month. But middle and high schoolers, you can get tickets for $20. So if you want to come out and see some of these fights, they're huge. They're real. This ain't no fake wrestling.
No.
Come on out and get your ticket for $20. That's like less than half price.
Mm-hmm.
Community calendar. There's so much going on. I want to lead off with an event that's going on, hosted by one of our sponsors, Washington County Mental Health Services.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, 23 Summer Street got flooded out very badly. The Imagination Station is in rebuild mode, has been for quite a while, will continue to be, and whenever they do open up the Snoozlin room there at Imagination Station, we will be covering that and just blasting it everywhere because it's tremendous. But Santa Claus is coming to town, and he was there last year. He's coming again. Everything on the first floor is pretty much out. Because of the flood repair, but everything's happening upstairs on 23 Summer Street, and that's where Santa's going to be, nice and high and dry, meeting with kids. One-on-one. Yeah, this is like you make an appointment, Heather.Slayton at WC
HMS.
Yeah, WCHMS.org. That's how you make an appointment. But Santa is coming this Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 6 Saturday and 10 to 2 on Sunday. But just make an appointment. If you have, someone, it doesn't have to be a little kid either. You'd be anyone who just needs some quiet time with Santa, not with all the, a million people in line.
And Santa asked for this quiet time because, he's been in the malls, he's been in the parades, and he's really looking forward
desensitized
to this downtime.
You're right.
To just have a little quiet time.
You're right. We think it's wonderful.
Chair and quietly relax with you.
So, anyone that you have in your life who could use a more chill environment to sit and actually speak with Santa and not be rushed and not have, all the music going and lots of people in line, this is your opportunity. So that's that. You go, Raylene. You're next.
Well, we have the pub crawl.
Oh, my God. Everyone's talking about
this
that.
weekend. And one of the stops on the pub crawl is Jerry Sports Tavern, and which is one of our sponsors as well. It should be a great time. I believe they are the next to the last stop on that crawl. They have a great beer maker as one of the prizes that's going to be given out. while you're there to one lucky crawler. But that's a great event put on by the Barrie Lions Club, and it ends at the Lions Club, and all kinds of events happening there after.
It ends at the Lions Club or the Elks Lodge?
Oh, yeah, the Elks.
Lodge.
Sorry, the Elks Lodge. Yes.
That's the last stop?
Yes.
So we say, I say, two things. Number one, maybe park to begin the pub crawl. Park over at the Elks, so that when you finish
that you
there,
don't have to crawl back to your car.
Thank you.
You're only crawling from pub to pub.
Well, that's the first thing. Secondly, if you're doing the pub crawl this weekend, please have a designated driver with you.
The first stop is the VFW. Post 790.
All right.
So you don't want to park down at the Legion.
Thank you for telling me
for
that.
your first stop.
Thank you.
That'd be quite the hike. I'm just saying.
I appreciate this.
There are 7 stops, and seven stops, drink and food specials along the way for all the crawlers. There's $20 per person advance tickets. Buy them at the Barrie Elks, the VFW, Post 790, the American Legion, and Jerry Sports Tavern. Bring an unwrapped toy to be entered to win a raffle basket. And the proceeds to this event go to the Renita Marshall Helping Hands Foundation.
Okay. So again, if you want to do the pub crawl, get a ticket at either Jerry's,
the Elks,
or the Elks,
the VFW.
Or the VFW. Do it. Get ready. Get your friends together. Make a complete ass out of yourself if you want to, and have some fun. But again, be safe. Have a designated driver. If you're going to be out drinking, do it responsibly. You want to get naked and do naked snow angels? That's your business.
Well, do it tonight and then jump in the bath for a bath party. Because after all, it's National Bathtub Party Day.
Wow.
What the hell?
Oh, my God. This coming Saturday, William Ravies, BCK Real Estate, one of our presenting sponsors, is going to have a box truck backed up to the back of the building over on Metro Way, and they're going to be filling it up with the gifts that they have collected right over there at William Ravies Real Estate. And they're going to get all of the gifts that have been collected up to the auditorium for the big event on the 16th at the auditorium with Enough Ministries, the Hope Coalition, Connecting Hope, and that's going to be a big, big deal on the 16th. So you still have time to bring an unwrapped toy or an unwrapped gift for an adult. Bring it to William Ravies. Do it today. Do it 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And Saturday, again, they're going to have the truck there and loading it up. Christmas for Kids, Barry Beat podcast last night, right here on Fly on the Wall Productions.
Freaking amazing, isn't it?
Talk to me.
$4,258 collected at the coin drop.
One more time.
$4,258. And then Michael did say another check came in afterwards, so I believe it was like $4,283, I think is what.
And the online donor box is still open?
And the online donor box is still open. And Tom Lozon has also been getting donations. So absolutely incredible. Incredible. Super, super proud of them and excited for them. And this is one of the biggest years yet for them. And it was Jason, and we're going to be talking to Jason and Katie soon. You don't know that because I haven't seen or talked to you since all of this, but they're going to be coming in here and talking to us. We love to talk to them. Anyways, we've done a show with them a couple of times now.
Yes.
Really look forward to having them in here. As Michael was saying last night, they are key to this event.
Jason Fleury and his daughter are just
Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. What can we say?
Yeah, you can't. There's not enough good things to say about them, really. They've
shared a microphone with us a few times. So,
and it's always an honor to be able to have them in here with us.
I want to talk about the Waits River Country Store for a second.
Yes, please.
A store that I absolutely, hands down, love to pieces. That and Gramps store, but Waits River Country Store is just near and dear to my heart. They had a fire over at I'm very much hoping that my calzone was not involved in any way related to the fire that they had over there.
Right, that you weren't the cause.
Because I think it was literally like the same day that I had my calzone over there, which is amazing calzone. But they had a minor fire, and they've got some smoke damage, and they've had
considerable smoke damage from what I understand.
Yeah. They've had to close down. They're going to be closed down for a couple of weeks, and this is going to be a pricey endeavor, even after the insurance and after all of the bullshit and the red tape and the signatures and paperwork.
The revenue lost, and they're a staple in that community.
Absolutely. So a great lady by the name of Crystal, who lives in town, reached out to me last night. We had a nice conversation. She has started up a GoFundMe page. Just to try to take the edge off a little bit and help out Monty and Heather over there. And we are going to be blasting that. We're going to have it on the Aired Out page. We're going to be talking about this for the next couple of weeks. And, all country stores in Vermont have faced some really significant challenges, even before the pandemic. It's not an easy lifestyle to have a country store.
A country store and a farmer are pretty close to the same thing.
Damn straight.
Because you are the employee. You are working all the time.
Busting
all
your
the
ass.
Time.
You're married to the store, just like you're married to the farm. And, Are the prices a little higher for a can of Dinty Moore beef stew?
It's convenience, but it's convenience.
Right.
You didn't have to run all the way to the grocery store.
Sure.
So, and we rely on those conveniences.
We rely on our country stores in a huge, huge way. And it's a tradition for so many people to stop off, get their gas, a cup of coffee, a breakfast sandwich.
And what else? What is the most important thing that you can have at a country store? Conversation with your neighbor.
Thank you. You're right. And there's so much of it, and it's going to be missed. We want them to open them.
Isn't it Gramps that has a couple of chairs out front where the old fellas just sit around and chat on Saturday morning with their coffee?
Yes. And
there are still stores like that.
And the East Corinth store, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's stores like that do that, and it's truly, that's the case. That's where you run into your neighbors. That's where you have great conversations, and
I've overheard
it's
many.
A link.
Yeah.
It's a link that
we need.
Yes.
And we'll get back. We want them to reopen as soon as possible. We're going to do everything we can to help them out. So keep watching the page. Is it spaghetti tomorrow night for Delicate Decadence?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Talk to me on this.
Tomorrow night, Delicate Decadence, the Wednesday meal. So if you have not ordered, you really need to call and order. And I'm pulling it up here so I can give you the phone number. I have to scroll through so far because there's so much stuff posted and I don't have it right here in front of me. But yes, spaghetti and meatballs. Order it up. It looked to die for, really. Just not to have to cook on a Wednesday evening.
Oh.
I mean, come on.
Hump
Or any
day?
evening.
Middle of the week.
I mean, who wants to do that?
No one.
No one. But go ahead. Give a call, 802-479-7948, or stop in there, see Tim, and order up your spaghetti and meatball meal for tomorrow night.
And tell him that, you want a little bit of extra sauce because you heard about it on the Aired Out podcast.
That's right.
I was over at Delicate Decadence yesterday. That's where I lost my wallet that someone turned in, thankfully. But I was over there yesterday, and Andy and I sat down. We had a nice cup of coffee. He had this chocolate cupcake with a Christmas tree frosting on the top of it.
Gosh.
I posted a picture of it. It was unbelievable.
Yes, I saw the Mile High frosting.
It was incredible. And I had this pecan crescent, which Tim was like, brace yourself for this. And Raylene, I'm in there. I'm at Delicatecadence. I take a bite of this pecan crescent thing. I start moaning and groaning.
I'm not surprised.
There's people looking at
me.
me.
So glad I wasn't with you.
God, I get crumbs.
I'm not surprised at all.
All over the front.
So, did you know that yesterday was National Cookie Day?
Yes.
So, and we listed all of the cookies that Tim is baking over the holiday season. I stopped in there and got my platter the other day on Friday for the girls down at Yipes. The girls and guys, the team at Yipes. But oh my gosh, the stuff that he has in there for cookies. Oh.
Yesterday in the case, peanut butter, molasses, oatmeal raisin, and chocolate chip. That's just behind the glass.
Yeah, that doesn't count anywhere else. It's absolutely incredible.
And the bars, pecan, raspberry, cherry key lime, apple oat, French coconut, key lime, and lemon. I love the lemon bars. The cannolis, the tiramisu, they've got all that right there.
They have all of it.
Peanut butter brownies.
Yeah, and did you see the mint chocolate cake he posted?
I saw
morning?
The picture of it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, love them.
Enough of that. So grab, and by all means, order up the Wednesday meal.
Yeah.
But today, on Tuesday, stop in, grab some cookies and treats to take to the office tomorrow or send to your kids' teacher or something,
especially at the office or where at school or wherever. If you've been kind of an asshat lately, you've been kind of a d-bag, compensate for that.
Maybe say thank you to your favorite mechanic or something.
Yes.
It's the perfect
here's some cookies.
Gift.
It is the perfect gift.
Perfect gift.
Yeah.
He has little tins. You can fill tins. He has these cute decorative bags. He has the platters. All kinds of different ways that you can share cookies with those that you love.
Yeah.
Or those that you just want to say thank you to.
And the bags are right there by the register. So if you're in a rush, quick grab and go, you're out of there.
Tuesday night meal at the American Legion, post 10, is beef stroganoff tonight, served with a salad, rolls, and dessert. So that meal is $12, dine in or take out. And to reserve that meal, you need to call ASAP if you haven't done already, and call 802-479-9058.
Love beef stroganoff.
Well, stop in on your way home. Get takeout for the whole family.
Isn't the original recipe for stroganoff, don't they put a little bit of booze in there? Something,
I
brandy
think that's
or
like
something?
Bolognese.
I don't know.
I didn't know they did that in stroganoff, but maybe. How do I know?
Speaking of the American Legion, the 17th of this month is the, this is so cool, the Children's Bingo with Santa Claus.
I think it's cool, too.
That's awesome. I want to go. I want to take Lily.
I agree.
The kids get to play bingo with Santa Claus and they get prizes?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. I love our American Legion Post 10 right in Barrie. They kick ass.
Absolutely.
The Veterans Place Calcutta freaking sold out.
It did. But
wow.
But listen, so if you still want to participate, you can. So you can be a part of the Calcutta and you won't get the dinner, but come on down afterwards. Enjoy the music. There's going to be incredible music.
You can make a donation.
You can make a donation. There's going to be other raffles and different things going on. Show your support. So if you had other things going on, this wasn't something you were able to get tickets for. The event literally is going through the night.
Yeah.
down there at Gusto's, and they'd love to see you for this.
Speaking of selling out, did you know the Lions Club Christmas tree sale sold out in record time?
Yes.
That makes me feel so wonderful.
Me too. It's
I was
awesome.
talking to Linda Mercy. She's
awesome.
like Friday at noon, bang, sold out.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, it's so cool. What's going on with Jeep Miss? You and Michael Booten and the rest of the crazy Jeep owners out there.
Saturday night at 6:00. If you own a Jeep of any kind, any sort of Jeep, decorate it all up and meet us up at Hobby Lobby parking lot, 6 p.m. And we're going to go on this little ride. And this event was created by Samantha and Travis Payette last year. This will be our second one, and they're going to make it an annual thing. Last year there was, I think, 21 Jeeps, Sam said. And this year they hope to get 50. But we leave them all. We go out the airport road. We bang a right. What is it on the right? No one ever tells me what that road. Miller Road Extension, I think. Miller Road.
Is that the one up by Blue Cross?
No.
Blue Shield?
No. So you're going all the way out the airport road to the T, to the stop sign to the T, and then you bang a right.
Yeah.
And I believe it's Miller Road, or Miller Road Extension, and that brings you back to the Southbury access. So then you take the Southbury access road down into Southbury, and you drive through Southbury back down into Berry City, all down Main Street, down the Berry Montpelier Road, and into Montpelier, and then stop at the State House. And there's a photo at the State House lawn.
Bring a gift.
And everybody should bring an unwrapped gift that I am told is going to be dropped off at the police station. And I believe that means the Berry City Police Station.
Okay.
Maybe for Jason Fleury's event. I'm not quite sure. But
Isn't this great?
It's going to be a great time.
And Travis and Samantha, I mean, they kick ass. I know I've said kick ass a few times this morning, but they really do. They really do.
Yeah.
Just great people.
I believe that this is an amazing event, and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Michael and I have a blast. We pull the Jeep into the garage, and we decorate it all up, and he's like a kid too.
Is there any booze involved with the decorating last night?
No, Michael doesn't drink.
Booten puts it down. He'll take
he
a shot
does
of
not.
something.
No, he will not.
No.
He will not.
I'm just bullshitting. Of course he doesn't.
No, he won't. But, I could have spiked my coffee or something. But I was just drinking coffee. We were keeping it on the even. We got to make sure those lights are perfect, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So super, super excited about that.
You two asshats are going to go live when you're driving in the Jeep?
Always, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
of course.
For folks like Glenn Brummert who are not able to attend, you're going to take him along with you.
Yeah, and I believe, though, I believe that we go live on the Berry City Community fan page.
Okay. All right.
When we're in the Jeep.
Okay. But you'll get it over to Aired Out, right?
Oh God, I'll share it to Aired Out immediately, so
right.
that we're like live at the same time.
I got an email last night from the North Pole that we are quite possibly going to be going live on Christmas Eve for NORAD's Santa's sleigh tracker.
From right here in the basement?
From right here. We're going to
in the underground bunker?
The underground bunker. We're going to tap into the GPS coordinates. We're going to find out exactly where Santa's sleigh is. Mm-hmm. So we want to tell parents to get ready for possibly doing this on Christmas Eve right here in Aired Out. All right? Mm-hmm. So that you can watch Santa's sleigh. Speaking of Santa, Breakfast with Santa.
Yes.
Right here in Barrie.
Yes. So they had requested that there be reservations, and some people may not have known, or they said, that they appreciate reservations for this event. It's from 9 to 10. And the cutoff for the reservation
when
was
is it?
the 1st, this Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
This
All right.
Saturday from 9 to 10.
All right.
But there is a phone number, 476-0257. 802-476-0257. And they did extend that a little bit. So if you did not see it, you did not know about it, call them up and say, I would really like to go.
476-0257.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's Breakfast with Santa, which is always a huge event.
Huge.
It's super cool. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, check it out. We have a lot going on. And then Saturday night is also the Young Republicans Christmas Ball. That happens that's at the Barry Elks. And dinner's at 5:30. And then there's dancing and all of that wonderful stuff.
That's Saturday.
Happening.
That's this coming Saturday
That's
night?
a Saturday, too. I'm telling you, this weekend, I told you last week that this weekend is one of the craziest weeks as far as craft fairs, one event after another. You have the ball, you have the Jeepmas, you have the pub crawl, the lighting of this tree, and there's just so much happening.
Wasn't Vermont's last night on the State House lawn?
Yes, the State House lawn was last night. We have the video on Air It Out.
Amazing. Did you see Santa's reindeer there?
I did.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Faith Community Church is holding their ladies' Christmas brunch. December 9th from 6:30 to 7:45 is the Stick and Puck free skate up at the Barry Auditorium.
Yes.
Or not free skate, but, just free time where you can go up there and
right.
Help hockey helmets, hockey gloves, hockey skates, and sticks required at a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Full gear recommended. It's $5 per skater for that.
Mm-hmm.
And we've posted all of the dates.
I'd like to go up and try that.
Oh my God, are you nuts? For the love of all things.
Raylene, I have a low center of gravity. I'm amazing on ice skates. You don't know. You've never seen me. You're just judging me because I'm short and fat. There's also some basketball going on.
Protect you.
There's the Winter Solstice High School Basketball Classic, which is a ways away. It's December 23rd, but that's at the auditorium too.
There are, and so there's a ton of stuff. Again, we'll get it posted. We'll make one general area where you can get all of this information. And this weekend is going to be a lot.
All the craft fairs and stuff, you're updating that all the time and sifting and getting rid of the old ones out. But the ones that are up and coming, that's pinned right at the top of the page.
There's one at the Den coming right up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's happening. And we have... also at the Den, happening tomorrow night. They have pool tournaments on Wednesday nights now at the Den. And you can practice from 7 to 8, and at 8 o'clock is the break.
Okay.
And to be the best, you got to beat the best,
is
what they say. So grab a little dinner, a drink, shoot some pool, kick some ass there at the Den.
And if you can't make it to that, make it to the line dancing on Thursday night.
Yeah.
With Emil Goslin.
All kinds of stuff going on.
Who's absolutely the best of the best. So, I mean, if you're looking for a good time, get over to the Den Thursday nights for line dancing. The 5th annual Holiday House Decorating Contest. Holy crap. Have you seen some of the Clark Griswolds out there?
I have.
Oh, my God.
I have.
I mean, the homes, it's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. I have to say, whoever you are decorating, time, effort, love, money, a lot goes into decorating your house so that people driving and see it have something festive to look at. Thanks to everyone who puts forth the effort, time, love, money, energy, all that into decorating their house.
And before we go, we have to say that kick off your week right here in one of Barry's best kept secrets, Jerry's Sports Tavern. Right here, 30 Summer Street. Mm-hmm. Tiffany, DJ John's Jukebox tonight from 7 to 10, no cover. Get in there. Tuesday night. Kick it off at Jerry's.
And what about, but before we forget, what about this? Preston's Kia, Santa's coming.
Santa is coming.
Saturday.
And we will be, this is next Saturday,
yes, the 16th.
And we will be at Preston's Tuesday morning.
Beautiful.
Of next week at 9 a.m.
A week from today.
A week from today, we will be talking with Jason, Nicole, and all the folks over there, the little elves that Santa has at Preston's Kia. We'll be showing you their beautiful new space. We'll be talking about all of the great things that they are doing for kids for Christmas this year and this event too. So make sure to tune in to get all the details next Tuesday while we're live at Preston's.
Yeah, and pre-register, please. For that.
For
right?
that event, yes. All that information is
Baby
also...
Beluga is doing the pictures, right?
Yes, and all that information is right on Aired Out as well.
Yeah. Somehow, not surprised. I hope you enjoyed the podcast this morning. Are we done?
I think so.
Should we go out with some 70s,
No more porn music, please. I thought you were going to play Rub-a-Dub-Dub in the Tub or something.
What? Did you just say... Hang on. Stop the music.
Rub-a-ducky, you're so fun.
Did you just say something about rubbing my dub in the tub?
No, not your dub. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.